a lone warrior walks the path of solitude. No master, no allegiance, only discipline and the relentless pursuit of mastery. In Japan, such a warrior was known as a ronin, a samurai without a master, wandering the land, their fate uncertain. Some saw them as disgraced outcasts, men who refused the ritual of seppuku, an honorable death by suicide, to atone for their failures. Others became mercenaries, bodyguards, or even criminals, carving their own way in a world that had abandoned them. But among them, one name stands above all. Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman Japan has ever known. Undefeated in over 60 duels, Musashi wasn't just a warrior, he was a philosopher, an artist, and a master of life itself. Near the end of his days, he left behind 21 principles for those who walk alone. This is the Dokkodo, a guide to self-discipline, strength, and the wisdom of living without attachment. Today we'll uncover the life-changing lessons hidden within Musashi's final teachings. Lessons that will challenge your perspective, reshape your priorities, and force you to confront the deepest truths of existence. In his famous work, The Book of Five Rings, Musashi wrote about sword fighting as a reflection of life itself. A warrior must see reality as it is, not as they wish it to be. Without acceptance, there is no growth. This philosophy aligns with Buddhism, where meditation teaches us to embrace the present moment without resistance. Musashi took this even further. He believed that accepting death was the key to true freedom. Death was not something to fear, but an inevitable fate to be met with resolve. In ancient Japan, samurai who faced defeat were expected to perform seppuku, taking their own life rather than live in disgrace. But Musashi rejected this idea. He chose life over ritual, walking the harder path of endurance and mastery. To live as a ronin meant embracing solitude and hardship, yet Musashi did so without bitterness. In our modern world, we too must accept things as they are. Only by embracing our circumstances, good or bad, can we find the strength to change ourselves. Pleasure is a double-edged sword. To indulge in it too much is to become weak, distracted, and controlled by fleeting desires. Musashi understood this well. While many ronin turned to mercenary work, alcohol, or crime, he dedicated himself entirely to his art, the mastery of the sword, and the refinement of his spirit. He wasn't against joy, but believed that virtue should come before pleasure. His views align with both Stoicism and Buddhism, where sense restraint is seen as the path to wisdom. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said it best: "Freedom is the control over one's desires, not the fulfillment of them." For a modern audience, this lesson is clear. Don't let cheap dopamine, social media, junk food, or endless entertainment hijack your focus. True fulfillment comes from discipline, skill building, and a life of purpose. Emotions are fleeting, unreliable, and often deceptive. Musashi understood that making decisions based on partial feelings, impulses, fears, or fleeting excitement was dangerous. A warrior must have clarity of mind. In battle, emotions like anger or hesitation could lead to death. The same principle applies to life. Reacting impulsively to setbacks, relationships, or career decisions often leads to regret. Instead, Musashi urged calm observation. Before taking action, one must analyze the full picture, ensuring that choices are made with wisdom, not emotion. Despite his unmatched skill, Musashi remained humble. He understood that no matter how great a warrior he was insignificant in the grand scheme of things. The world is vast, complex, and ever-changing. To think too highly of oneself is to become deluded. A true master does not seek validation or inflate their ego. They see themselves as a student, always learning, always growing. This perspective is liberating. If we recognize our smallness, we stop taking ourselves so seriously. We become free from pride, comparison, and insecurity. Desire is a trap. It places our happiness in things outside of our control. Musashi, much like the Buddha, saw attachment as the root of suffering. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Seek nothing outside of yourself. He believed that to live well, one must stop chasing external rewards, wealth, fame, approval. True power comes from mastery over oneself, not from what the world gives or takes away. Regret is a burden that many carry, replaying past mistakes and wishing they had chosen differently. Musashi, however, warns against this mindset. To him, regret is wasted energy, an attachment to the past that hinders present growth. He acknowledges that self-reflection is crucial, learning from past mistakes is valuable, but dwelling on them excessively is unproductive. Instead of being shackled by guilt, we should recognize our choices, take responsibility, and move forward. Musashi's life was filled with battles, both literal and metaphorical. If he had fixated on past failures, he would never have evolved into Japan's greatest swordsman. Many great thinkers share this philosophy. The Dalai Lama emphasizes learning from loss rather than despairing over it, and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius stressed that regret serves no purpose beyond self-inflicted suffering. Musashi teaches us that every moment spent regretting the past is a moment lost in the present, where we have the power to grow and change. A Ronin often lived as an outcast, possessing little and belonging nowhere. This kind of existence could easily breed envy toward those with stable lives, wealth, or social standing. Musashi warns against this dangerous mindset. Jealousy is rooted in comparison. It arises when we measure our lives against others rather than focusing on our own path. Musashi understood that a warrior's true power comes from self-mastery, not from what others have. He teaches that energy wasted on envy could be better spent on self-improvement. A Ronin has no time for jealousy, only discipline, skill, and survival. By focusing on our own journey rather than resenting others, we build resilience and inner strength. Musashi's Dokkodo is more than just a guide for samurai. It's a timeless philosophy for anyone seeking a life of purpose, discipline, and wisdom. His principles encourage us to accept reality, detach from fleeting desires, think beyond ourselves, and cultivate inner strength. Musashi's life was one of solitude, discipline, and relentless self-improvement. He rejected distractions, embraced hardship, and pursued mastery in all things. His wisdom continues to inspire those who seek a path of resilience and self-discovery. If these teachings resonate with you, consider how they might apply to your own life. Which of Musashi's principles speaks to you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more insights on timeless wisdom. See you in the next video.